Kate and Gerry McCann have reacted angrily today to the leak of the transcripts of their interviews with Portuguese police to a Spanish television station. Well, let's talk to the McCann family's spokesman, Clarence Mitchell. He joins us now live from their hometown of Rothfley in Leicestershire. Clarence Mitchell, how do you explain how these transcripts have come to light?
Good morning. I think you need to ask the Portuguese police that, not me. We, Kate and Gerry, their friends, have abided by the very strict Portuguese law of judicial secrecy by not commenting on any material in the police file. They faced the charge themselves if they did so. Well, now it seems that somebody within the police can break that law with impunity by releasing the transcripts, as you say, of the interviews that Kate conducted and Gerry, and I understand that some elements of the Friends transcripts are also out in the public domain now. This is a blatant and timed smear attempt against Kate and Gerry to try to deflect attention in the headlines away from the success they had at the European Parliament yesterday when they got the support of many MEPs for a child alert system across Europe, and to try to divert it onto presumably negative headlines questioning their suitability as parents. It is shameless, it is brazen, and it is also very cack-handed, and the Portuguese government must now get a grip on whatever element it is within the Portuguese police that is responsible for these leaks and smears. They've continued since last summer, and when the officer in charge of the inquiry, a man brought in to stop those leaks, is actually in Britain visiting to conduct interviews here, off they go again. It's the same old game. We know what they're up to. It is ridiculous and it must stop.
Well, yes, you call it a smear, and you say that it's essentially it creates bad PR, doesn't it? Because from what it looks like from this story, it suggests that the children, Madeleine was unhappy about being left the night before she disappeared, and then Kate and Gerry chose to leave the children the same way that next night.
That is one interpretation. Let me put it in context. On the morning of May the 3rd, the day Madeleine later went missing, she came out and said to Gerry and Kate at breakfast, very briefly as an aside, in no way was she unhappy or crying then, no way was she reprimanding her parents, as some reports have wrongly said. She simply said, why didn't you come and see me and Sean when we were crying last night? And Kate and Gerry were puzzled by that, because in their checks, they had been checking her every 25-30 minutes, the same as they did the next night when she went missing. They had found nothing to suggest that she was in any way distressed or upset. They found her asleep each time. There was nothing wrong. Rachel Oldfield, one of their friends, was in the apartment next door, in the room adjacent to Madeleine's bedroom. She too was there all evening and heard no crying through the wall. There was nothing to suggest this had happened, so it was a puzzle to Kate and Gerry when Madeleine mentioned it. They tried to question her about it, and she just walked off laughing, happy. She was a child, and so she dropped it. Now, they, of course, had a serious discussion about what had possibly gone wrong, and they decided to check her more thoroughly that next night, and that's what they did. And in the context of what happened later, her disappearance, they felt that that conversation, puzzling as it was very important to bring to the police's attention. They wonder why, if she cried, why she cried. Was something or someone already in that room to make her cry and they fled when she cried? Who knows? They can't prove that. But they told the police, in confidence, legally protected documentation has been in those files for 11 months. And why does it appear on the very day that they're at the European Parliament, somebody in the police doesn't want Kate and Gerry to widen the agenda? For whatever reason, it's wrong, it's illegal, and the Portuguese government needs to stop this from happening in future.